right, let's see if this is working. Welcome to MotoRidin, the Moto Vlog, brought to you by Brian. Kind of rhymes. Anyway, we are way out on a country road, kind of a country road. And this is a meaningful spot for me. Put my stuff back on. This was the last spot I visited with a friend who didn't pass away from riding, but did pass away from COVID, and it was a couple days over a year was the last time I was out here, and wanted to come back out here to celebrate a little bit of his life, and I really miss him. I wouldn't be the rider I am today without the talks that we had when we went riding, outside of riding, life, everything. If you're lucky enough, the older you get, the more people you'll kind of lose in your life. Some by surprise, some by not. But you'll realize, it's never easy. And I want to get a little bit of a move on before the truck behind me catches up. But on that sad but note, not sad, celebration of life note, really miss him, and this ride is something I wanted to do. So we're out here in the wine country of Sonoma. It's a beautiful time of year. Make sure this is shut. There we go. Hopefully the mic sounds a little bit better. I've changed the position a bit from the last time I rode. I think I've found a good volume. The thing is, my windshield goes right into my chin, so or pushes the wind. You can feel it like no air here, air here. Goes right into my chin. So hopefully this sounds okay. Looking forward to showing you guys this road. It's beautiful out here today. It's a fall afternoon, and I know California doesn't have the same leaves changing kind of experience that you East Coasters do, but in the wine country, you get a bit of color from the leaves and stuff. And this road itself is pretty nice. If you take a close look at the road, it's a little bit not aggressive, abrasive, that's the word, abrasive. And you do a few laps on this road, you'll notice your tires are getting a little worn down, but awesome road. A few rocks on the road, so we're keeping an eye out for that, but also, it's warm out, so we don't have to worry about moisture, but any leaves on the road too you want to be watching out for. Like, don't want to get too close to the shoulders because there's a lot of rocks on this that get washed up on the edges around here. But yeah, pile of leaves will do you dirty too, so watch out for those. And mostly gonna take it easy today. This is just gonna be kind of a fun little ride. I do have it in A mode. Traction control is on for the time being, and you might be able to notice I'm not really getting off the bike right now because I don't need to. Not really going fast enough, not really using a lot of brakes. We're just taking it easy on a back road. Oh, see, bicycle, enjoying the scenery as well. A fellow two-wheeler in my mind. Yeah, just looking ahead through the turns. I've already done this road out, so I kind of scouted it for the way back just to see if there's piles of gravel or big rocks or anything. There is a big rock that I noted. Got some divots in the road there. Near the double line on the way back, so maybe if I remember, it's a ways down, I'll point it out. They're just kind of the things you do if you're going out for a ride and you're coming the way back, if you can think of it. Make notes of like, oh, there's a tree branch on the side of the road, or something that could impede you on the way back, so that you're just keeping an eye out for things. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to get out, enjoy myself, talk a little bit about my friend who I really miss, and yeah, I guess a dedication to him. And because I know I'm doing this whole moto vlog thing, it's for fun, but it was something I talked about doing with him a lot. So today we're just finding the flow, which I think will be the next thing I talk about. Just finding the flow. What does that mean? It's kind of the pace that you take through a set of turns and stuff. Like, you kind of get in the zone. If you are, I think maybe that's why personalities like me who have ADD are attracted to motorcycling, is because none of this motorcycling feel like a superpower, because of what you're able to do and how fast you're able to go, but it really takes quite a bit of attention to where you're going, what you're doing, and the flow is just, you get like in a meditative state of hitting these corners, looking through the turn, and it just, sometimes you'll hit a few corners and it'll feel so good you won't even know you've come to the end of the ride. And I think it helps when you're not pushing yourself too much. It helps when you don't have scary downhill off-camber corners. But and nice weather, so you're just kind of focused. And it's rare that you're not getting phone calls, you're not getting text messages, things that are distracting you. You're 100% focused on the thing in front of you, because your survival depends on it, and your enjoyment. But yeah, let's see, what else are we? That's the flow. Also, another note, looking through the corner. Not committing fully to a corner until you can see all the way through it. And here's a view. This is pretty nice. Got some little vineyard and Lake Sonoma out there. Oh, but yeah, waiting until you can see all the way through the turn before really committing, because you might see a cattle guard or something like that that's halfway through a turn, which why they put it through in the middle of a turn, who knows. It does seem a little dangerous for both cars and bikes, especially bikes. Anything metal and slippery when wet in the middle of a corner, not going to be fun. But also, this is a road where you will get humbled. There are people who come out here. It's pretty remote. Like, you don't want to get in an accident. It'll take a while for people to find you, but you know, this area attracts a lot of adventure riders, a lot of sport touring riders, and I, on more than one occasion, have been passed by a BMW GS. I mean, I've been passed by everything, but a BMW GS has passed me in like mid-corner. Guy was hauling. What else have I seen out here? A lot of cool bikes come out here occasionally. Honda Super Hawk, which was like a V-twin bike. It's pretty sweet. A lot of sport bikes. Definitely got passed through a corner by a GSXR. That was, that's why you gotta check your mirrors when you're out here sometime. If you're focused on just your ride, you may have somebody coming up right on you, and you don't want to get spooked. But this is just a pleasant area to roll through this time of year. Trying to beat the cold weather. It's pretty warm today, but you know, November, things will start to get colder. You really have to be wary of, you know, wet spots. Another cattle guard. But the bike feels good today. Check my tire pressure. You know, I think I'll make a video one of these days about things you want to check before you go on a ride. But tire pressure was one of them I checked today. I haven't been on the bike for a little bit. Took a look at the chain, tire condition, but I did a track day on these tires. I've done a little bit of commuting on these tires. I think they're getting to about 3,000 miles on them. These are Pirelli Diablo Rossos 2s. They're kind of an older tire. But I told my mechanic guy, like, never had any issues with them. I've loved them, so throw them back on. Here's another cattle guard, fun. But yeah, I got the bike in A mode right now, and A mode is fun. I'll dive into them deeper, but it just the bike just wants to go. Definitely revs faster in A mode. The on-off at lower RPM is tough to be smooth, so if you are riding in A mode, watch that on-off throttle mid-corner because it might catch you out a little bit. But if you're smooth, whoa, she just wants to rev. Kind of reminds me of my buddy's R6, how quickly this will rev out. Not quite as quickly, and you have much lower red line, like 11.5 on this bike versus 17 or something like that on the R6. So it doesn't rev quite as far or as quickly as an R6, but plenty to have fun. And the torque, I mean, I talk about this bike all the time, but the torque on this motor is so much fun. Perfect for the kind of riding I like to do. Yeah, I think if you're thinking about getting this bike, same year and stuff, the windshield is great for highway riding. I noticed without the windshield I was getting a lot of buffeting, kind of pushed around a little bit when you're cruising 75 from mile after mile. And this windscreen's really fun for this kind of riding. If you're tucking a little bit on some straights, and I think for the freeway it's fine because it pushes the wind right into your chest. It kind of like lifts you up a little bit if you're doing freeway riding. The only bummer is if you're trying to record audio or you don't wear earplugs, which you should all be wearing earplugs. Let's be real. If you're doing freeway speeds like 55 and above, earplugs, come on. You're gonna be regretting, that decision as the years go by. But it does push the wind up into your chest. If I get tucked, not too bad. Kind of fun. It was fun for the track, for sure. And it helps on the freeway with some like crosswind buffeting. But if you're just doing like around town or city riding mostly, I don't know. I wouldn't really bother with the screen. Windscreen's really only gonna help you if you're doing a lot of like freeway stuff. Or track stuff. I think like you get to about 100 miles per hour, you really feel the wind pushing on you. And I think I was topping out in some of the straights like 130, 140 at Sonoma. And if you pop up and you don't have like a windscreen, you're gonna get pushed. I mean, you get pushed even if with the windscreen you pop up, but if you're trying to tuck, you can notice it. And here, our little lake, it's doesn't look totally full, but God, we needed the water that we got this year, and it's a lot higher than it was just a year or two ago. So, California, we go through our droughts. One of the blessings and curses around here. The weather's nice, but sometimes it hasn't been so nice. This area suffered from a lot of wildfires and stuff too. So we're coming up on the part that I really want to show y'all. That's just a fun little spurred out spin-off. I don't know, different route. This is Stewart's Point, Skag Spring Road. This is actually this is a nice road part. We're gonna be careful though, because I haven't been out here in a while, so I'm gonna take it pretty easy. Also getting near dusk, so don't know if you guys saw my deer PSA, but you gotta watch out for those guys. It's a little hard to tuck when you got GoPros on everything. In a backpack. But keep an eye out for deer. Just gonna do a quick run out. So this road, if you follow it all the way out, will take you to the coast, which I'll do sometime. It's just a longer road, but they're from here to basically a bridge is kind of like this the whole way. And I've definitely been out here a few times with my F4i. One of the first videos I made was out there. Ooh, got some machinery going out there. I don't know what that thing is. It is, I'm pretty sure, like harvest time for all the wineries out here, so probably pretty busy. So definitely be keeping an eye out for gravel being pulled out onto the road from like these ranch driveways and stuff. The bike. Just love that 3-cylinder sound. Just taking it in. Also riding today, I don't know what it is, feel a little off, been a long week, so kind of tired, long week at work, but yeah, sometimes your body tells you, hey, take it easy. So I'm having fun, but don't want to push it. Not gonna try and late brake or trail brake too hard in these corners, and as you can see, the GoPro does not do a good justice of like how steep certain parts of the road are. It gets bumpy through there. Like the FZ09 suspension, not the best, but not the worst. And it's better on this second year than on the first gen. Sorry, second gen, not in the sun. It's not blinding me, but it's in my eyes. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this road is. Probably feels about like 6 or 7 miles. There's just a lot of nice curvy roads to practice on, a lot of elevation changes. You just don't want to cook a turn out here because nobody's gonna find you for a while, and there's a lot of guardrails. So see occasionally nice cars out here. Not that that wasn't a nice car, but it wasn't, you know, Ferrari or Porsche. See a lot of supermoto guys come out here too, because then they'll ride like I remember being followed on like a KLR 650. Dude was following me on when I was on my F4i. He kept up pretty good for most of it. Like all the twisty stuff, he was there. Had freaking knobby tires on too. Oh yeah, and there's like water runoff that happens here. Be careful of that. But yeah, he was following me on his KLR 650, knobby tires, keeping up through a lot of this twisty stuff. And then I pull over at the end because it's kind of a workout. Yeah, it's a little damp through those corners. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just on my way to work. There's like a winery out here that I, you know, ride back from. Damn, dude. Okay. Sounds like a good way of getting around. But yeah, nice thing about this bike too is it has a little bit of engine braking. If you don't know what that means, it's just like as the engine spins, like there's different configurations and that are a little bit more tuned for it than others. Like for instance, an inline 4, a little less engine braking to those by nature. This 3-cylinder though has a little bit of engine braking. It's kind of like a little like a little trail braking safety net. So like the bike slows itself down a little bit. The R6 did not, so you really got to be on the brakes, using the brakes and stuff. Woo! This was a fun one. But like the Sub-Z09, you can kind of just let off the throttle and it'll engine brake itself down a little bit, which is, you know, kind of nice when you think, oh, I might be going too fast. And it's a little bumpy out here, so this suspension's fine. The newer MTs, like the MT or FZ, why am I blanking? Oh, SP. Yes, the SP editions have the nicer suspension. I've heard really good things about those, but I don't think we got an SP version of the Gen 2 in the States. But now they do. I don't know. Don't really like the look of the new MTs. I guess actually I'll talk about that. The newest MT that's coming out for 2024 looks pretty good. It's like they took some styling cues from this bike again, instead of just like Cyclops. And that bike looks a little bit better. I still don't know if I wouldn't even have bought this bike even on looks alone. It's fine. It's not gonna win a beauty contest, but it has feels like Yamaha heritage notes in the headlights and a few other like aspects of it. And it's not trying to pretend to be anything other than like a Japanese transformer slash slash praying mantis. But yeah, I don't know. Yamaha, they can be kind of hit or miss. Like they've made some of the most beautiful bikes ever, and then it's like, I don't know, they're hyper naked. It's like the MT10. It's a good thing you don't have to look at it while you're riding it, because I think it would be a blast to ride, but they're just not that great looking, you know? That's alright. But yeah, the suspension did me fine at the track. Had a great time there. Stiffened up the rear a little bit. At the track too, if you go, they usually have like somebody who can tune the bike and stuff for you. So I took it in. My mechanic, who's a former racer, he took a look at my bike and kind of like dialed it in. But even at the track, like I asked them to take a look and see if there's anything they would change up. I think they added a little bit of preload to the front. But otherwise, and maybe, yeah, I think maybe stiffened it up on the rear too. That's the biggest problem. The front forks on this, not too shabby. I'm about 20,000 miles on this bike, so I should probably change the fork oil soon. But the rear is kind of soft. Like, you start to ride this bike hard and it'll bounce around on you, coming out of corners and stuff. So I just asked my dude to tighten it up for me. I'm like a pretty average height, 5'10", 170 pounds-ish, probably more than that with all the gear on and everything. No complaints. No complaints. Can't quite see through the shadows. There we go. Hello. Fun, like, I love these uphill S-turns. These are always a blast. Because you can let off a little and an uphill and it'll catch you a bit. But coming downhill on an off-camber turn, those take some practice. There's one turn at Sonoma. What is it? Turn 2, 3, 4, 5, turn 6 or 7? It's like a downhill left-hand turn, and you're just like leaned over like this the whole time. And it's bumpy. It's like right out Sonoma is like right on this road. Like going out for my first track day out of Sonoma didn't feel much different than this, except for the fact that I'm way more wary of debris in the road, cars, people, other bikes. I mean, there's definitely other bikes at the track there too, but didn't have to worry about obstructions in traffic or people making a left-hand turn or something. And this turn always, something about the parallax is the distance, the guardrail, and this turn always throws me off. Always makes me cautious. I'm scared to push it going down this turn. But a good rule of thumb, so if you do hit a turn too hard, you're already leaned over. Say, I feel like I'm going too fast. I'm already committed to this turn. You can lightly tap on your rear brake to kind of tighten up your turn. So you're going wide. Say you're going wide, you're going to the edge. Tap the rear brake just a little bit. Just kind of ease on it. Now tighten your turn up. Take some practice. What's up, dude? Yeah, it's having fun. Yeah, it's a little tip. You feel like you're going wide in a turn and you can't don't go for the front brake. Just give a little ease on that rear brake and I'll tighten up your turn. But it's there's a threshold. Don't get on it too much because whoops. Pay attention, right? If you too much force on your rear brake, and you're gonna lock up your rear and slide out. So, but my preference is rather lock up the rear than lock up the front. And that's it. That was the bridge on Skag Spring Road there. That was one way out. So I'm gonna go up here and loop around. But it's a fun road. It's just a little tough with the shadows this time of day. Thanks for watching this episode. I think I'll turn around and turn the way back into a different episode. Could work, right? Alright, we'll see. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more episodes. Ride safe, everyone.